Welcome to Secrets of Stand-Up. I'm Rich Williams. I'm going to tell you everything I know about stand-up comedy so you can be a better comic yourself. So I'm in two different stand-up comedy discords. I highly recommend them. You could search them out. I'll probably put a link. I don't know. But it's comics in this private group, and they're talking about comedy. It's like hanging out at the bar at the Improv. They're posting their 10 jokes a day in certain channels. They're giving each other advice on sets, encouraging each other. It's great. And I have my own little sub-channel in one of those areas. Willie, don't bite me throughout this whole video again. I have this sub-channel called Secrets of Stand-Up in one of them. And one of the people I interact with a lot had this comment, and I think it's a very fair point, so I'm going to read it to you. I'm not going to put it up on the screen. I'm going to read it and then give you my response, because it might be a question you're asking yourself after watching some of the different things I've talked about. I saw in one of your videos you said something along the lines of, "We're just telling dick jokes, it's not that serious." Why do comics downplay what we're trying to do like that? If it's not that serious, why are we working on bits for months or sometimes years? Why does it take sometimes decades to finally figure out how to be a great stand-up? People are paying money and spending their free time to come be entertained. That's a pretty big responsibility. Bill Burr told you, me, to train to be a stand-up like you're training to be a world-class bodybuilder or a weightlifter. Why diminish it? Fair point. And I want to clarify for any of you who may not have understood why I do that or what I'm trying to say. When I say things like, "Come on, we're telling dick jokes, it's not that serious," I'm being hyperbolic, because there's this weird elevation of comedy that sometimes gets blown out of proportion, in my opinion. Again, everything I say is my opinion. None of this is factual. It can't be. A lot of the lingo that's used regarding stand-up, it makes it seem like it's math or engineering, and that overcomplicates things. As far as how I view stand-up, I would hope that it's evident by these videos. I love it. It's given me opportunities I could never dream of in my life. That's why I'm making a channel to try to give something back to stand-up comedy, to stand-up comics, to try to help people with something that I'm so passionate about, that I love so much. My act is not just dick jokes. It's very serious to me. It's confessional in part of it. I lay bare my insecurities, my biggest horrible decisions in my life, the death of my entire family. So yes, I take it very seriously. They're not just jokes to me. I don't even refer to my material as jokes in my act. The point I am trying to get across when I make flippant comments like they're just dick jokes is take the craft seriously. Take your material super seriously. Don't take yourself so seriously. And I find that to be happening a lot in modern day comedy. There's all these specials that get released. There's all these clips that go up on social media. It seems to me, and again, maybe I'm wrong, I haven't watched everything on the internet, but a lot of comics are more interested in how they're perceived, how many likes they get, how much money they have in their bank account, and how much fame they have. I want it to shift back towards a special is special. It's the culmination of all of your efforts up until that point. I want the focus to be on the material, on what you're leaving behind, this creation of yours. Just pumping out a special when it's not your top material. I don't know how else to say it. I'm trying not to, I don't want to badmouth anybody, and I'm not picking on any individual comics, but when I was growing up, an HBO special was an event. They didn't, maybe they had 3 a year, if that. Now there's specials all the time. Netflix, YouTube, people releasing their own specials. And I think that's good for a reason, the YouTube stuff, because now comics are able to get away or get around the gatekeepers. But some of this stuff isn't special. Some of this stuff is just dick jokes. So yes, I am 100% committed to stand-up comedy. It's my spouse. Stand up in the audience. That's who I got married to. So I hope you understand the difference between those two things. It's not rocket science, but it's important. In the end, it's the work that counts. When I was younger, I used to have this fear that I was going to be some Vincent van Gogh type figure in comedy, that I had this genius that nobody ever discovered until after I was dead. I'm embarrassed that I ever thought that. I'm embarrassed that I would even compare myself to Van Gogh. If I were able to leave something like that behind, I don't need to have all the pats on the back. That's why I work so hard on these videos. That's why I'm doing as many as I can, and with the same quality that I like. I keep trying to update the technology and the microphone and shooting it in 4K and all that stuff, because it's important to me. Because this is what's important. I have like less than 400 subscribers. I'll probably get 84 views on this. I don't care. I mean, I care a little bit, but at some point, I'm going to move back into stand-up. I won't be making as many of these videos. And at some point, maybe they'll catch on. Maybe they won't. Who cares? I have something that I'm proud of now. I've done something. I've given something back. So yeah, I may not have the biggest comedy instructional YouTube channel. Oh boy, I may not have $1 million in the bank. But every one of the videos I put up, I'm proud of. I did as good as I could in that moment in time. And that's all I can do. A final note. Every time I talk about the importance of stand-up, and believe me, it's so easy for me to get on my soapbox and say, don't you realize who stand-ups are? We're the ones who, we have jester's privilege, and we speak truth to power, and we're the ones who change the culture, and all of that stuff. I think of this short little bit by Norm Macdonald. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with another video.
I've read one place that said the comedian is the modern day philosopher. And first thing I thought is, I wonder how the actual modern day philosophers feel about it. You know, that's toiling away in obscurity, you know. What do you got there, Phil? Who the fuck is Bill Maher, by the way? I keep talking about him. He hasn't come up with one single important, I wish I knew a philosophy term. I know it's not pronounced philosophy in your country.